Good evening and a warm welcome to World Championship Boxing. Can there have been a fight that has received so much pre-publicity? It has, of course, been tagged the fight of the century. Ali's been involved in many of them, but it was also heralded as the last hurrah and the forthcoming. Muhammad Ali, the planet's best-known man, trying to win the world heavyweight title for a record fourth time, and this time at the expense of the unbeaten champion, 9 years his junior, Larry Holmes. To reveal the roots of the build-up to this fight, one has to go back a full 20 years, for it was then that Ali was first projected into the forefront of public interest. Around 1960, the Olympic light heavyweight final, and a young amateur from Louisville, Kentucky called Cassius Clay won the Olympic gold. Months later, Clay turned professional, and he was on his way. After 19 bouts, all victories, 15 inside the distance, he challenged Sonny Liston for the world title. Clay used his power and athleticism to such good effect that he won it in 7 rounds, receiving nearly $500,000 for his trouble. He had justified his own tag, "I am the greatest."
And I don't have a mark on my face, and I upset Sonny Liston, and I just turned 22 years old. I must be the greatest. I told the world, I am the king of the world.
Hold it.
Hold it,
you're not that pretty.
I'm a bad man.
Wait.
I shook up the world. I shook up the world.
Well, the king of the world held that title for 3 years, and then, refusing conscription into the U.S. Armed Forces, he was stripped of it. And it was not until October 1970 that he was back in the ring. 4 years later, he regained the title, beating the massive George Foreman in Zaire. And this time his paycheck was $5.5 million. In 1978, 4 years and millions of dollars later, Ali was beaten by a young man who'd also won an Olympic gold medal, Leon Spinks. But the return saw Ali regain his world title for the second time, and the world then applauded his retirement. One always had a feeling, though, that a comeback was on the cards, and $8 million was enough to motivate that return. He shed 3 stones, diminishing this considerable waistline, and his pre-fight strategy was to out-talk and humiliate the man he was after, Larry Holmes, the champion who had for $500 a week been a former sparring partner. What Ali chose to ignore was the power of this man. 7 successful defenses, all inside the distance, following that initial victory over Ken Norton. All of these fights having been seen on ITV.
Imagine if it's a draw and they've got to replay this all over again. Norton taking a bit of stick there as we come up for the end of the round. And there it is, it's all over now. Right over the top there, just a bit high. Not that one, that's right on the side of the face. It didn't look a pole-axing punch, but Evangelista knows that it was, and his legs have gone. He's not going to make this count.
But no, he's letting him come back one more time. He's a bit of an actor there, Ocasio. And that left hook must finish the fight. Yes, Holmes has had his hand raised. Can't move now, Weaver. He's almost rooted to the canvas, and the referee waiting to pounce now. Surely he can't wait much longer. That's it. No, yes it is. It's all over.
It really is ridiculously one-sided now, and the referee's looking at Holmes is looking at the referee, and he's having a look. Is it all over? It should be. And he's talking and only saying it's all right. How does he know it's all right when he's really getting punished like this? And it's all over, and that's it. I doubt whether he's going to let the Italian off the hook this time. Oh, and that same punch again. And I hope the referee shows a bit of compassion if this keeps up, because I doubt if Holmes can knock this fellow down. He'll just stop him on his feet. He's throwing so many punches at him. He's leaving him draped. Yes, it's all over. Not too much guile from Ledoux, but certainly plenty of guts. It's almost as Holmes. Look at the referee trying to stop the fight himself. He's done this before when he fought Shavers. He did that. Certainly a compassionate champion. And that's it. Yes, that's it. Holmes has declared himself the champion again.
Well, a powerful clue there to the task facing Ali. Holmes' 8th defense then in the early hours of this morning in Las Vegas. A full house An astonishing $6 million, a record-breaking take, gathered in the specially erected car park arena of Caesar's Palace. And among the 24,000 was our man, Reg Guthridge.
So there he is then, as it says, 3 times champion of the world. Just look at that trimmed down face, quite remarkable. The most obsessive heavyweight of all time, in many eyes, the greatest man who transcended sport long ago, Muhammad Ali, traditionally first in the ring as the challenger on this occasion, having had 25 championship fights. And his life in the old dog, he had 38 years of age, and certainly within sight of that 39th birthday. And the big question is, can he do it? Here's a man who the fortunes have changed for him, from sparring partner now to champion. And no change of expression there on Ali's face. A fight that so many thought would never happen. And here we are now, the most unlikely side, of course. It's almost a home for Larry Holmes. Caesar's Palace, Las Vegas. Seems to be fighting here every week, doesn't he, this fellow? And this is the same ring that they use for the indoor arena. And this ringside now, crammed with the usual stars. And I love this confrontation in the middle. You might just glimpse that between the seconds of Ali and Holmes. But they're not doing the fighting. Look, doesn't this man, look as though he's turned the clock back. But now, can he do it for 15 rounds? There's a difference between getting fit, but fit to fight. That's the World Boxing Council belt. And a little bit of playful aggro being acted out by Ali. You can always tell that when he bites his lip and pouts. There's the old actor in him. And if there's a place to do it, it's Las Vegas, where he gets the crowd chanting. And Ali, in fact, is the man who's taking all the money out of this fight. And a rundown then of how they compare, or tale of the tape, as they call it in America. And it's the weight, of course, is the big surprise. 15.7.5, Ali. That's the best since he fought George Foreman back in '74. And 15.1.5 for Holmes. But Ali giving the usual selections. He's now said 4. He said this could happen in 1 when we spoke to him earlier today. And then he said, no, by 9, who's behind will be mine, by 9. And there's Richie Giacchetti, the manager of Holmes, in a much calmer corner there with the champion. All the usual play acting now. They're getting some words exchanged. And this is where Ali likes to psych the opponent. But will it work? All 3 officials from Nevada. There he is leading the usual chorus. Remarkable. He's really fattened up, got a moustache, and let's face it, he's well and truly written off.
The challenger, the 3-time heavyweight champion of the world, fighting out of Louisville, Kentucky, weighing 217.5 pounds, introducing Muhammad Ali.
Telling the crowd to boo Holmes now.
And in the red corner,
And they probably will.
fighting out of Easton, Pennsylvania, he is going for a record 8 straight KO in the heavyweight title defense. He weighs 211.5 pounds. He is the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Larry, the Eastern Assassin, Holmes. 15 rounds of boxing.
So the play acting's over now as the referee, Richard Green, from Nevada State. before the opening bell. They won't get paid for that, that's for sure. Ring the bell, Ali said. He's really enjoying this. And there's a woman timekeeper. Well, it's as serious as Holmes can be. For him, the laughing was over a long time ago. Sitting in the shadow of Ali, and now trying to put that matter right. Remember, unbeaten Larry Holmes. And he's talking to him already, Ali. Only 6 pounds difference here when we thought it could well have been a stone or even a stone and a half. Shake that ring rust out of him. Has he really got any lead in his legs with 2 years in activity since he regained the championship for the 3rd time against Leon Spink? That's, as I see this fight going, with a little bit of conning by Ali now, trying to save his strength and talk his way through the fight a bit. Standing there trying to let the younger man punch himself out doesn't make sense to me, but this fella's done it before and gets away with it, doesn't he? He did it with George Foreman in '74. Looked like suicide early on when he did it, but he came over and turned Foreman over. The very first punch he throws, most of the 24,000 people here have cheered that one. Oh yes, he's trying the old rope-a-dope trick, as he calls it, to lay back on the ropes and calling Holmes on. It's really up to Holmes now to try and dictate his fight and not walk straight into the way that Ali wants it. The countdown for the first round, or without Ali really throwing a decent scoring punch. Well, at least Ali is sensible enough not to stand between rounds as he did in some fights that he's been in. I think he's got to rest those old legs of his. His condition certainly looks good, but he's got to stay in there for 15 rounds. Unless he can find this punch now, the right-hand counter. That's the one that he's going to try on Holmes. He more or less said that before the fight. Second round then, and for the uninitiated in boxing, 15 rounds for a championship. It's surely the greatest ever face in the history of sport, any sport, Muhammad Ali. Doing what would seem the impossible, that he's called the forthcoming to win the championship of the world, the heavyweight limit for the 4th. Good left jabber. Looked very good in some title defences. He looked good winning it from Ken Norton. He looked much better with Ken Norton, in fact, than Ali did in 3 fights. And you may recall he lost a non-title fight to Norton with a broken jaw on point. You got to get off on him. You got to get off on him.
stepping up his pace a bit. He's the obviously active of the two and should be the sharper hitter. But you really can't recapture that gymnasium form and bring it straight into the ring without a serious fight. Well, Ali's hitting the desert air a bit too much at the moment, but that suits him. He bides his time. Look at this, an unbeaten champion, and Ali offering him his face. "26 stoppages Holmes has had. Definitely the old con in Ali at his best when he does this. He's not throwing punches, but he's trying to pretend he's going to. He's probably saying to Holmes, you know, you used to work for me, don't take liberties. Opening round, that really impressed Holmes. But Holmes has got to get on with his business while Ali is catching the eye of the crowd and all the stars that have gathered here for his comeback. The referee, Richard Green, staying well away from these big fellas. He's known for that. He stands back from most of the fight. Taken a couple of punches, just there's some puffiness around his cheeks. I can hear him saying, okay, come on now. Well, Holmes is quite content to back away with that left hand. It's a fast left hand for a big fella. Holmes has hit the deck, only Shaver's had him down. He wobbled against Mike Weaver. But he certainly had a great championship with Ken Norton. Well, he could do without those cuffs around the ear at his age, Ali, I promise you. Joke about it, but do any good.
And there's Holmes. Hasn't really altered expression all the way through this fight. This fella's been very confident right from the off. Maybe the bookmakers' odds of 7 to 5 on have done that. And so far, well, he's had nothing to beat, let's face it. A little bit of makeup, but in fact, of course, it's just a little bit of grease around the face. Stops the chafing of the gloves, it won't stop when he falls to a punch.
Real good. He is claiming he's dominant, but Holmes not dominant. I'm watching that.
So Holmes coming out early for work there, and he's doing all the work. Ali has always brilliantly ad-libbed his strategy over the years, but he's really got to come up with something special here because he tends to be hiding too much for me. You always feel there might be something in store, but it's all memory lane for Ali at the moment. Getting the weight off Ali is one thing, but making the body work is another. Just tried that right hand there. He showed the right hand punch to Holmes, but there's that split second now between age and the reflex there. Just couldn't let it go in time. The young Ali would have shot that over very quickly. And the champion does have this impressive left jab. And all this advice coming there from Ali's corner. And I've got to be honest, the only one he wants to bother to listen to is Angelo Dundee. There it is again. He missed it again there, but at least he's trying to do something instead of getting stale. It seems that, like a lot of us, Ali's mind makes appointments his body can't keep. And again, really, that's ridiculous because that's like a novice the way he tried to throw that right hand. He's lucky he didn't get caught with a counter. Really it stays out of the picture, doesn't he? Amazing. He keeps as far away as he can from these two. Yeah, he's talking there, Ali, right above this commentary position, and now holding on to the ropes. That's illegal as well. The referee might be in on that one. It's flashy stuff for the crowd, but it's against the rules and ridiculous. Yes, I thought he would. He'd have to warn him. Those whacks around the ribs that Holmes is sinking in, that'll cause Ali a bit of pain. And it's ridiculous of Ali to be calling Holmes on as the bell goes. Well, it's a glittering stage, all right, at Caesar's Palace. The ring's tending to look a bit more like a scaffold for Muhammad Ali. Ali comes out there as though he's still trying to psych Holmes out of this. But all he's really doing is conning himself. Holmes now dropping his hands a little bit in contempt. That's not such a smart thing to do. Ali, you never know. He's trying to turn the clock back to the 60s and get the Cassius Clay footwork going. Can't blame him really for trying to get on his bike. At least that's an attempt to make it awkward for Holmes. So far, Ali hasn't won a round. Hasn't looked like winning a round. Champion just trying to cut the ring size down now for Ali's act. There you go, half a punch that Ali throws and he gets a marvellous response. If ever a man's captured a crowd in his career, this man has. Shoot it in there. a good workman, he's a good champion, there's no need for that. Yeah, he's still talking, Ali. At one point, I think he said, come on, sucker, hit me. I'm not sure what he said there. It's a bit difficult to catch it in this real pandemonium we've got around us here at ringside. He's going to try and move in and hook off of that peekaboo stance that he's adopted, Ali. Oh, he's returning a couple of them, pretending he's wobbly at the knees. And remember that Ali has never been knocked out or stopped. Ali propped himself in his own corner to save the walk back when this round's finished. Collecting the scorecards and handing them in at the end of each round to the adjudicators. Now there's the ice pack there on Ali's eye. It really is puffing up there.
Right behind me. Come on. You hesitate, you can see it. Come on, you want to throw it.
For Umdini Brown, one of the men in Ali's corner there, saying you're hesitating. Ali just can't put his punches together anymore. That's an accurate jab for a big man. Well, Holmes jabs in with the left, measure Ali with the right. There it is. A bit too high to do any damage, but they're a bit painful, those cuffs around the ear. That's it. I'm surprised Ali hasn't attempted to hold a bit more and get in and wrestle. This one's easily as strong as Ali is.
Throw his hands, Ralph. Watch him, he's dirty.
His ribs are aching, I'm sure, around that left side now. Now this is foolhardy, really, of Ali, unless he's going to make capital of it, and he hasn't really tried. Still talking, still trying to show that he's the bravest heavyweight, but nobody's ever disputed that.
Go to work, champ. Go to work on him. Set him up nice. That's it. That's it. Hit it again. Set him up with the jab again.
He said nothing happened there.
Left hand first.
And I tell you, I wouldn't like Holmes to hit me like that.
Come on, champ.
Cuffs around the head for Ali and the talking. Coming up then, round 7. Still really no positive show at all from Ali. Surely any doubts that Larry Holmes may have had before the fight. Frankly, I'm not sure he had those. Shaken all those out now. He's really got a static target in front of him most of the time. Reaches for the counter. Anyway, he's trying to obey the corner orders, Holmes, by walking back the crown in the centre of the ring there, the Don King promotion symbol. Becoming agile, but not really making it work for him. Dodging any punches, but Holmes waits until he stops before he throws them. Well, better, at least there's some action now coming from Ali, and the crowd love that. To cut him off. Now Holmes finding which way Ali's going to go and correcting him with that left jab. First attempt at a clinch by Ali, but Holmes didn't want to know. No, it is too much one-way traffic for me. Really timed that finish well, Holmes, at the end of that round. He just applied some pressure to say, well, you had a fair minute in the middle of that round, Ali. I think that might do. And is Angelo Dundee getting through to him?
We'll take his heart, Chad.
Well, that's the most sensible thing he could say. Stop taking punches. Hear what he said, Dundee? If you can't do it, I'm going to stop it. Nice to see him taking care of his fighter. Not that he hasn't done in the past, but sometimes he's been overridden. Into the eighth. Before the fight, Larry Holmes just whispered to me. I said, how do you think it'll go then, Larry? And he said, well, I'll do a good job. I'll do just enough that I'll have to do, and that'll be plenty to beat him. So far, that plan for Holmes is working. And there's Ali's wife, obviously looking concerned as she should be.
Don't hesitate. Be free with it.
She's said to have been against Ali's comeback, as so many of us were.
Keep the pressure on. Keep it up. That's it. Work on it. Work on it. Move your head. That's it. That's it. Let's look right here. Right on it. Hit right on it. Stick right on it. He can't take it no more.
Incredible. This man can still draw 24,000 people. Bang that record $6 million gate here. For years, he's always believed that to sweeten that gate money, you must first sour the people, and I tell you that sweet and sour conning has worked like a charm for 20 years. But he really is taking too much stick for me here, Ali. Indication from Ali, and maybe his corner, that he might want to quit as this goes along. But I think he's just a bit hesitant of diving in at this stage in case he gets an angry reaction from Ali, it may be the customer. But this close up, I'll be happy when it finishes it, unless Ali can pull something out there and really throw some hard counters, but I don't think that can happen. Can't win it with the left jab, he's being out-jabbed. He's not putting enough punches together. Well, I think they have the right to be casual there in Holmes's corner. And now there's the referee checking on Ali, is he okay? There's a sign at the time there that he's not going to give Ali much longer, I don't think. And the way Dundee's talking, he is neither.
You ain't beating him. You ain't fighting like you tell him. Just pan it up.
Well, there's the marks of a worried man, isn't it? Keep working, skip. They're running out of orders in Ali's corner now. Holmes just punches out his night's work quietly and comfortably for him. And that's a long time since you've seen Ali take a punch flush on the chin like that. He's not even getting out of the way of the right hand now. This is a sad Ali, surely. He can't fight back. It's just a question, surely, of how long. Out to Ali here because he really is taking some stick. And full credit to a good champion, Larry Holmes, with the way now he's turning on the champion show. But really, he knows he's only beating a shell of the great Ali. And I'll be surprised if Holmes brags about it when he wins this, and I'm sure he must now. Fan in the house and probably around the world now, just hoping for that miracle that he's been promising. But in this game, miracles take a little longer. He's done the impossible a few times, and that's enough to ask. To hear that bell again. Now, what are these cornermen going to do here? The referee talking to the commissioner. He's going across to the judges.
I know you put it on. Champ, you can wait it long.
He looks so sick there, Ali. He's saying something to Boudini Brown.
We all right?
So we're all right there. It looks as though they may be giving him another round. The referee's got to check, but it's about time he started to think about going in and stopping this.
You can't keep taking blows with you. You got to block them until it's slip.
And the replay of the 9th.
Seconds out! Seconds out! Seconds out!
They're having trouble getting the seconds out this time. They almost have to haul Ali off the stool at the start of the 10th. And a bit of grease on Holmes' face has given Ali a few seconds for a respite. But frankly, it won't do him any good. What a brave, well, perhaps foolish man Ali is. But he'll always have my respect for what he could do in his heyday, and always for this great bravery he's shown in the ring. Well, so much for the wise guys who must have thought this was going to be a fixed fight, all for Ali, but that's good stuff for the fiction writers, that's all. We're in there taking those punches from Holmes, they changed their mind.
That's it, dig in. Bring it up, Big Jack. That's it, go ahead. Stay on. Right back. That's it, right hand.
Well, he's about as aggressive as a coconut shy now, isn't he, poor Ali? Come on, Ali. Either throw a punch or go down, or you really can't linger like this. It's quite pathetic. Again, those rib-cracking punches there of Holmes. And if he really finishes this man, well, who knows, he might even be hated for putting the lights out of a legend.
He don't belong in the ring with you, champ. Throw some punches.
Yeah, that's good advice from the guys outside the ring. He doesn't belong in the ring with you, to Ali. Well, you could have fooled me, and I'm sure Ali knows the truth. Well, I can't see it going much longer now. Referee's got to dive in soon. Ali has just become pacifist now. It's ridiculous.
Right hand, just straight out there, champ. Just throw the right hand out there.
Not only Ali can ill afford to take these punches, but the state of boxing can't either. That's the end of the 10th in his own corner now. Is something going to happen here? I'm sure it must. I thought I heard Dundee say he's going to stop it as he came in there. The referee's still looking now, taking the scorecards over. There's a big debate going over there. No, the referee's looking over, but Boudini Brown is arguing with Angelo Dundee and pulling at his vest, and he's pushing him back. There's no dignity, and there's a scream going on there. No, I'm going to stop it. And Dundee has had the compassion to say that's it. He's the chief second, and he's right, and he stops the fight. And Boudini Brown, he can be brave from outside the ring. It's all over, and Larry Holmes retains the championship, and that really is a sad and sorry end for Muhammad Ali, the man that Holmes really does respect.
Well, that surely must be the end of the road for Ali. A very sad and even sorry performance by the one who really was the greatest, his long-standing trainer Angelo Dundee taking a compassionate decision in the corner. But what led him to that decision?
Angelo, this is a sad moment for you, but congratulations on stopping the contest. Did you have any trouble in stopping it there in your corner?
Well, no, Drew thought he can go one more. But there wasn't, I don't think there was one more round left in Muhammad. So it was best it was like it was. At least he wasn't on the floor. At least he didn't get hurt.
Was he upset? I mean, did he object to you?
He objected. Naturally, I was afraid he was going to hit me, for God's sake. He felt he can do it all the time, you know, go all night long.
Before the fight, did you really think he could win it?
I honestly, in my heart, felt he could win it. The condition and everything else. But there was nothing there for him to get any shots off. So it was just hollow. Now, when you can't get shots off, you're in trouble.
So whatever happens now, Angelo, this must be the end, obviously.
Well, I feel it's the end. I don't think Muhammad could give it that much work again, 6 months of labor, and get nothing out of it. So I think he'll have to say goodbye to everybody.
You must have been impressed with Larry Holmes as well, to give him his fair dues.
I was impressed. I mean, it was a shallow type of a thing because Muhammad couldn't give him the competition he wanted to give him.
Well, Angelo, no doubt that Muhammad Ali should not be exposed to any further punishment, a view that was shared, by the way, by the referee, Richard Green. So a consensus of opinion that Ali sadly had had enough. But let us not lose sight of the fact that Larry Holmes was a convincing winner of the fight. And after time to reflect, he spoke just an hour or so ago about the fight and about the man he'd beaten.
Larry, you were very emotional when I got in the ring to talk to you last night. You really burst into tears. Was that a combination of satisfaction of winning or worried about what you may have done to Ali, your old friend?
I think it was a combination of both, you know. I feel that when you know a man as well as I know Ali and known him for a long length of time, I feel that you grow to care, to like a person a great deal, and I felt that this is what happened to me. But we always know that when we get in the ring, we have to do our job. We have to do what we can do best, and that is the fight, no matter who it is or whatever, and then our feelings can come back at the end. But I thought the man fought a great fight, and he's one hell of an athlete, one hell of a human being, and I don't have no complaints about the fight.
Larry, was there any time when you would have deliberately laid back in this fight?
Well, you know, yes, I might as well say I did, because I did. And after I seen him helpless at a lot of rounds, and no way he could win, I held back a little bit. I could even took him 15 rounds and won the decision. But I'm glad the referee stopped it, or Angelo Dundee stopped it when he did, because I think that saved him a lot of agony, a lot of wear and tear on his body and his mind, and it saved me the same.
Holding back or not, Holmes' record is now 36 wins, no defeats, and Ali's first and one dearly hopes his only defeat inside the distance. Well, he allowed our cameras into his suite while we've been on air, and he gave an exclusive interview to our commentator, Reg Guttridge.
Muhammad Ali, you've had a night to think things over. What are you going to do from now on?
Well, I'm still thinking, Reg. It's a big decision. One thing I know, I wasn't myself, and anybody who knows me know that I wasn't myself, and I found out why. My trainers, Angelo, Surreal, my massage man, my doctor, they've been telling me I've dehydrated myself. I lost too much weight trying to look good. I came from 260 to 217 too quick. And I was so weak, so tired, I didn't even hardly throw punches. I don't know why, but I was just tired.
How are your ribs? You had some trouble after the fight?
Okay. No trouble at all. My ribs okay. But my trouble was I saw my punches. I'm sure if you watched the films or if you saw the fight, for a couple of rounds I didn't hardly throw a punch. For what reason, I don't know. It just didn't feel right.
And you blame that to dehydration?
No, I don't blame it on nothing. I think that's what it is. Getting too small. I was 217. That was my weight when I was 23 years old. And coming from 260, 217 too quick, I think tired me out.
Well, if you're thinking of boxing again, Muhammad, who, for instance, would you want to go in against?
Well, I'm not really, haven't made my mind up yet on boxing again. It could always be worse. I could have got knocked down. They could have counted over me. Those pitches nobody's got. They could have stopped the fight with me standing on the ropes. Those pitches nobody's got. So I'm very lucky that I didn't go out in a shameful way. But if I go again, I don't know what I might do. I don't feel too bad because I didn't lose nothing. I didn't lose the title. I was not the champion. I'm 3-time champion, but I was trying to regain the title. And I failed in my attempt to regain it, but only half the title. Mike Weaver has the WBA title. So the 2 titles, I was fighting for half of it.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, Muhammad, you'll always be champion of the word anyway. Thank you.
Well, Angelo Dundee said never again, but could it be that Ali has his mind working on a world title tilt against the WBA champion, Mike Weaver? It so happens that Weaver's first defense of his title, which is against the South African Jerry Coetzee, can be seen live on World of Sport at 4 p.m. on October the 25th. That's live from Botswana in World of Sport on the 25th of October. But one trusts that although Ali could not resist the fight makers and $8 million this time, we will not have a memory of the greatest even more blurred by another futile sortie. But we must not detract from the champion. Larry Holmes beat Muhammad Ali, and he did so in the most clinical fashion. From all of us, good night.